Hello and welcome to another episode where I'm testing the Wild Game Innovations trail camera range. I'm a wildlife photographer and the owner of Nocturnal Wildlife Experience, and I use trail cameras quite a lot in finding wildlife so that I know where it is at any given time. These cameras all have the time clock built into them, so as long as you set that, you will know when this has been triggered. It will give you a date stamp to tell you that. This particular model we're going to look at today is higher up the range than the last ones we've looked at. This is the Vision 12 Lightsout. It has a 12 megapixel camera. It shoots at 720p HD video. It's got the usual hidden IRs behind here, where it's got 36 of these. You've got the lens, you've got the sensor that sends out the sort of detection zone, which goes out at about 30-40 degrees. But again, if you refer back to a previous video, you will see how I would personally set up a camera. Then you've got the LCD panel at the bottom. At the moment there's nothing in it there because I've not actually switched it on, but when it's in operation, only when you're setting it up will you see writing on there. So they all open from the bottom. We have the battery compartment there. Now this takes 8 batteries. In here I've actually just got rechargeables today, but certainly in really cold weather I would recommend using lithium energizers. They seem to last the longest and can really work in very, very low temperatures. Rechargeables are fine for today, and I would always use something like 2500s or 2700s. It's certainly fairly high up in the range. The SD card is there. They will take up to a 32 gigabyte card. Always use a class 10. It has a faster write speed, so when you're shooting especially 720p video, you would want it to write to the card at a reasonably good speed, so always go for that. The camera itself has got the 4 on buttons here, so you would power it on pressing that one, and you get the panel inside that tells you all the different features that this one has. This has got a few more features than the last camera that we looked at. You can change the delay between each time the camera is triggered, so you can change that. You can also put in where a location for the camera if you move it about before taking it back to base, so that you know exactly where it was triggered, what the location was. There's various other things in the menu. You can look at the quality of the image, you can change that as well. You can change the sensitivity of the detection zone. But if all else fails, when you're messing about with it, learning how to put it, there's a reset button. You can always reset it back to the default things. One thing I always say to people though is just remember, when you make a change, always confirm it with the enter button, otherwise it'll just revert back to where it was, and it's a common mistake that people make. But other than that, it's fairly straightforward. You just close it up. It's got an extra security hole there where you could put a very small padlock or a bit of wire through it and twist it, and it just means anybody who happened to find it casually walking past wouldn't be able to really open it. When it comes to fixing it up, you've got the options here. There's 4 fixing points, so you could use the bungee cords, you could use a strap, you could use a bit of camouflage material if you want to hide it, you could use string if that's all you happen to have. I've known people to fix them up with wire just to stop them being accessed the same, but they're fairly well camouflaged and they're not as easy to see as you would think. And because the IRs are what they call black flash invisible, they don't glow, so if anybody walked past and it triggered in the dark, if you were using it for security or something like that, they wouldn't actually know the camera is there. There is no noise that comes off the camera when it's triggered. So that is the Vision Lightsout model, the 12 megapixel. So next episode we'll look at the model up from this.